Нихуя себе. Мы снова с вами. Мы — это я и моя вторая личность. Ибрагим. Я сегодня запустил намного позже. Сел и молчит. Хрена ли? В смысле молчу? Я не молчу, не надо мне тут врать. Так, блядь. Какого хрена? Я, между прочим, не молчу. Я говорю. Я запустил намного позже сегодня. Поскольку я сидел, откисал, вернее, лежал, откисал в ванной. Я после работы такой, нихуя себе. Это что? Надо убраться. Немного убрался и такой, ебать, хочу в душ. Пошел в душ и случайно попал в ванну. Причем в ванну с бомбочками. Погнали дальше проходить Hogwarts. Оп. Бам. Привет. Доступно новое задание. Посетить зал картографии. Что еще? Даже небо не предел. Купить последнее обновление для метлы о... типа последнее вышедшее. Погнали. Нам Хоксмит. Шикарно.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Hello again. Wonderful to see you. As before, I've arranged a special price on the broom upgrade for you.
Значительно увеличивает ускорение и скорость вашей метлы. 4000. Без проблем.
You'll be thrilled with that broom, I promise you. You're all set with the new upgrade. I can't wait to hear what you think. This may sound presumptuous, but...
You'd like me to report back with even more flight details?
You know me well. I feel I'm almost there. I just think I can improve broom flight a bit more. Miss Ray's is running a time trial at the South Coast course. Not ideal, really, what with rumours of Ranrock's lot and Ashwinders infiltrating the place. However, if you're flying high above them, you should be all right, I think.
I'm not worried, Mr. Weeks. I'll see if I can find Imelda.
I hope you are able to complete these trials. I have a feeling this final upgrade is going to be a sweeping success. Do be careful, of course. I shall look forward to hearing from you soon. I look forward to our next meeting.
Погнали.
Perhaps I could test out my new upgrade on the way.
Капец, что так далеко? Капец. Ни хрена себе. Понимаю. Погнали.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Две тысячи лететь. О, оно действительно шустрее стало и легче управляется.
Who lived here, I wonder?
Прям вообще по кайфу. Сейчас это заметно. Прям ощутимо стало.
This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Revelio.
Чё-то ни одной точки нет, что ли? Странно. Вот, одна есть. Отлично, пока. Дракон? Дракон! Нихера себе. Нормально так. Там кто-то пиздится, ну-ка погнали тоже попиздимся. Я тоже пиздиться хочу. Нормально.
One less poacher in the wizarding world.
Полетели. Почти на месте, кстати.
How unfortunate for you.
Передумал с ними драться.
The course looks rather deserted. I hope everything's all right.
I'm over here.
Hello again, Imelda. This course is a bit far from the castle, isn't it?
Obviously. Evidently too far for most of our classmates. Pathetic. They should be begging me to keep these trials alive, not running scared. I'm surprised our new 5th year showed up. I suppose I appreciate the effort.
That's actually, thank you.
I know I can be impatient, but I get frustrated by those who don't take things as seriously as I do. And in my experience, that's everyone. Anyway, don't let it go to your head. Right then, enough chatter. I'm confident I've posted a time you won't be able to beat.
We'll soon see how I fare, won't we? I'm ready.
Get ready to lose.
Погнали.
That wasn't too difficult.
Ебать, как летим.
Brilliant flying, if I do say so myself. Excellent. Brilliant. Made it. That wasn't too difficult.
Пиздец.
Made it. Did anyone else see that?
Жестко.
We should speak with Mr. Bickle's friends. I believe I can sneak away without drawing my mother's eye. Meet me near Hogsmeade, and we will devise a plan.
I think I know how and where to approach the centaurs about protecting the Snidgets. Meet me in the Forbidden Forest.
That was quite something.
Impressive work today, but don't get too comfortable. I'll be on your heels in no time. My family's not going to believe the news when I tell them. They're almost as competitive as I am. Almost.
It's been fun competing against your records, Imelda.
It has been fun. Glad you're here. 5th year. You're an asset to our house. You take care of yourself.
I should let Mr. Weeks know that this was his best upgrade yet.
Нормально так. А потом еще круг дал. Да. Оксмит. Так, сейчас я принесу себе жижу.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
Я вернулся. Так. Погнали с этим пиздеть.
How's my favourite test flyer? Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
Hello again, Mr. Weeks. I set a new record at the South Course.
Fantastic! Your broom performed well then?
The best upgrade yet. It flew beautifully, incredibly nimble. But with the speeds it now reaches, I can feel the wind catching beneath the seat a bit, preventing it from reaching its full potential.
Of course! Should have anticipated that. Exactly the kind of report I've come to expect from you. At last, I think I know what needs to be done for my final upgrade.
What will you do after the final upgrade is complete?
I aim to make Spintwitches the most sought-after shop in Hogsmeade. And I wouldn't mind getting back on a broom myself, just for the thrill of it. Couldn't be more pleased we made headway with the upgrades, proved the naysayers wrong, made all the hard work worth it.
I shall look forward to speaking again.
I'll be sure to send you an owl when I'm finished. Thank you again for your help. Couldn't have done this without you.
Секундочку. Я жижу заливал. Чик. Красота.
Revelio.
У нас есть еще задание. И это... Ну, я и добежать могу. Да, там херня.
Good for Mr. Weeks. Mr. Weeks and I do make a good team. Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hog's Head, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
Very well. I'll speak with them. See what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Ну, погнали. Узнавать. Что там? Есть.
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and I'm trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Мы надеемся, что вы пересмотрите свое решение касательно материальной помощи. Вам дали достаточно времени, но наше терпение не безгранично. Ваш муж наверняка хочет, чтобы вы поняли всю ценность нашего сотрудничества. Готовы ли вы ответить до конца недели? Этот разговор должен остаться между нами. Надеемся, вы понимаете.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends. Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take it.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I would like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note that might help me to identify it should I come across it?
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man. But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Что такое?
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy of Rosie.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry on
Revelio.
before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
You may have shared Mr. Bickle's fate if you had spoken out against Harlow, as he requested.
Unfortunately, I suspect you're right.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again. But do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty.
Hengist of Woodcroft, sir.
It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
Издевается, блядь. О,
Revelio.
Фоксмит.
Natty must be around here somewhere. Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken. Revelio.
Can't imagine how muggles get by without magic.
Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. Revelio. Footprints led to this room. There must be another.
Небольшой перерыв.
was once a day that I would pray for you. I'd go and misbehave just so you'd notice too. Sneaking looks up and down from across the room. And damn, what a hell of a view. I feel good, you look great, I like you, I can't wait. A first time, a first date, you're so fine, I'm so late. You sip wine, I drink straight. Don't waste time to my place. I feel my heart erase. So catch me if I fall. I'm falling fast, sitting here praying that this night's gonna last. You got it all on tap, I'm loving your vibe, always have your back. We like all the same tracks, listen all night in the sheets all black. Said I'm falling fast, don't remember life before you, that's facts.
Хоп, хей, ла-ла-лей. Погнали дальше.
The hidden door. Revelio. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. Revelio. I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
Серьезно, у меня перебор?
Revelio.
Rookwood will lead us to victory, you mark my words.
I don't want to work with goblins. Not now, not ever. Rookwood's gone mad.
Ну, с ними надо перепилиться, я считаю.
That was a good haul. It's always a pleasant surprise when, well, when...
Lucas, don't tell us.
Здание. Ах ты, бля.
Time to even the odds. Flash of inspiration.
Фил просто успел сказать только «а».
Revelio.
What have you done? Little.
Book of poems that was taken from Agabus Philbert. Thrilled to have this back. Revelio.
Ну-ка, а чё у меня в инвентаре? Забито это все. Ну, похеру уничтожить тогда. Неизвестный, известный, нахрен. Перчатки. Тоже нахрен. Шляпа. В натуре шляпа. Вот я Почти 10 мест освободил. Ну, вот теперь 10. Сейчас посмотрим, что тут есть. Очки.
Revelio.
О,
Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. Revelio. Revelio.
тут еще вот здоровый сундук. Неизвестный наряд.
Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio.
Oi.
We should speak to her again. Perhaps she'll tell us where we can find that friend of hers.
She's determined to say nothing. The boss will deal with her when he arrives. Aaron Shear isn't worth the time. No amount of spoils is worth that many spoils. Expulso! Incendio! Expulso! I've seen better! What do you want me to do?
Is this Hogwarts?
Expulso!
Так, тут больше ничего нет вроде бы.
Natty must be here somewhere.
You found us. I knew you would find us. I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Rabe. He will tell you what you need to do.
Hello, Amora. Mr. Rabe? Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Revelio.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Ну че вот тут искать-то? По прямой же. Прямо вышел и пошел. Ой. По-моему, я немного... А, нет, туда все правильно.
Lumos.
Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow once and for all.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the
А, тоже с ними
Ashwinders.
работают.
With all due respect, officer, the authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations. I must insist that you leave them to us. We shall have no further discussion on this. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
I'm truly awed by what we've accomplished. The final broom upgrade is better than even I expected. Stop by Spintwitches when you can.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Отлично.
The Ashwinders have ceased pestering me. I suspect that's your doing. Thank you from me and Rosie both. We're just leaving for our honeymoon, after we tell Mr. Hill of our recent marriage. Wish me luck. Hello again. Couldn't have perfected the broom upgrades without your help. As always, I have a special
7500.
prize for you.
Сюда.
I truly enjoyed working with you. Thank you for believing in me.
Нахрен. Нахрен. Все продаем. 8К осталось.
Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
Хрень, специальная цена 7500 нахуй. Да, просто. Отжали. Так. И все хуже. Понял, максимум. Вот, тут я все собрал, погнали к животным. Погнали на болото там по-быстрому. Бля, перепутал. Надо переставить, менять местами. Ну как? Где эта штука? Пусть тут стоит. Ой.
Revelio.
Нет. О. Сюда.
are the talk of the school since you saved Mr. Rabe and I from the Ashwinders. We have come so far. We should discuss the next steps in our plan to stop Harlow.
Я думаю, может быть, вторую такую же поставить, только с этой стороны. Было бы куда удобнее. Это не похавало. Вон тут двое не похавали. Чем? Где у меня создание? Бам. А то они толпятся постоянно у одной. Что у меня тут появилось? Разрушенные лестницы. Прикольно. Вау. Только одна такая штука. Жалко. Так, тут остался один. Призвайте. Да. На. Они не ладят. Можно еще сделать потомство, чтобы побольше продать потом. Давай, жмура. Я же, в принципе, их тоже могу разводить и продавать. Так, сейчас тоже пурпурную жабу, наверное. А, не, астрал. Точно. Бам. Пушишка. Правый. Успел. О. А, это плюс. У меня же есть немного. У меня есть пару пушишек с собой, точно. Думаю, вот такую можно. Что-то схавал. И тоже на разведение чаек сразу. Было потомство. Шишки. Хм. Кое-что хочу проверить. Мелкий там долго очень полз. Ну, прям мелкий. Теперь все. Красота. Так. И что теперь? Погнали. Фоксмит. Продадим все дерьмо.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
You're back. Nice to see you again.
Ну, 9к.
Thanks for stopping by.
Я
Hope
еще
to see you
пушечек
again.
продам. Мне не сюда, стоп. Мне дальше. Просто партия пушишек.
Come in. Sorry if there's a smell.
О.
New batch of toad-hide.
У нее была жаба.
Now, what sorts of beast byproducts might you be looking to acquire?
Я тебе тут пушишек чуть-чуть принес. Прям самую малость.
I'll not mind seeing you here again. Consider yourself welcome.
Так, по заданиям теперь. Блин, 6. А в инвентаре у меня 5. 6 плюс 5, 11. Мне не хватает 2 лун. Карта. Статуя до мемаски. Карту мира. Мне 2 не хватает. Тут был. Тут тоже забрал. Тут тоже. Тут тоже. И тут. О! Вот сюда нужно. Пока ночь как раз. Еще 2 быстренько найдем и изучим максимальный уровень.
It's like a place right out of a storybook. I know a man. Revelio.
Вон. Быстрее, однако.
Mine now. Alohomora. Revelio.
Тут даже больше ничего нет. Так, еще одно осталось. Во, здесь есть. И тут недалеко как раз.
Check your pockets after you're dead.
Revelio.
Вон. А, нет. Где же эта ебаная маска? Она... Вот в
What do
этом...
we have here? A demiguise.
Она вот тут.
Alohomora. Revelio.
Нет, она не тут. Давай быстрее, уже утро. Мы же не сможем собрать последнюю.
Wonder who lives here. Revelio.
Тоже не тут. Где она? Че, она в том доме, что ли? Или вообще вон в том? Блять, или вон в том? Вроде не вон в том. Кошка.
Revelio.
И эта странная статуэтка. Вот в этом, что ли, доме все?
Alohomora. Revelio.
Нет, не в этом. Сука. Отметилась она была, когда я в этом доме был. Может быть, они сейчас утром не будут отмечаться.
here.
Сука. Изначально рядом был.
Mine now, demiguise.
Все.
Revelio.
Последнюю собрал для 3-го уровня Лохомора. И еще вон те 2 сундука золотая можно валить. Дорогая... Моя дорогая Ада, меня снедает тоска по тебе каждый день. Что мы проводим в разлуке, истязает мою душу. Скорее бы нам встретиться, если мы будем трансгрессировать друг другу. Какое место выберем? Я знаю, что в твоем доме мне не рады. Недавно разговаривал с местными из Фрэгфорта о гоблинах, рыскающих по побережью. По их словам, сторонники Раннера пытаются найти следы исследований легендарного волшебника, который здесь жил давным-давно. Он был с востока, как и я. Мне показалось это любопытным, судя по всему, он тайно работал в недра горы неподалеку. Думаю, именно такое место нам и нужно. Как насчет того, чтобы в четверг вечером трансгрессировать на западный склон горы? Постараюсь попасть в одну из сокровищниц, где местные хранят свои ценности. Там нас никто не увидит. Такое чувство, будто мы лишь вчера только окончили Хогвартс, как горели наши сердца. Сколько нежности и любви мы тогда мы готовы были дарить друг другу. Обещай, что мы никогда не позволим пламени наших сердец угаснуть. Как и нашей любви. Бесконечно люблю тебя, Тарик. Ни хрена себе. Скажи, что с тобой все хорошо? Наша встреча прошла просто ужасно. Мне так жаль. Я был счастлив повидаться с тобой спустя столько времени. В толк не возьму. Как эти гадкие гоблины умудрились так быстро нас обнаружить? Похоже, они владеют неведомой темной мне магией. Хорошо, что тебе удалось быстро трансгрессировать. Я некоторое время отбивался от них, но потом уже покинул это место. Зачем оно им, собственно говоря, понадобилось? Что им вообще там нужно? Одно могу сказать наверняка, скоро здесь станет слишком опасно. Любовь моя, помнишь, мы с тобой говорили о побеге? Ты размышляла об этом. Похоже, нам вскоре придется действовать решительно. Нужно уехать куда-нибудь и начать новую жизнь. Я слышал, что в Норвегии есть небольшие общины волшебников, и в Испании тоже. Меня не волнует, куда мы отправимся, лишь бы ты была со мной. Отправь ответ самой быстрой совой. Я должен убедиться, что с тобой все хорошо, и узнать, готова ли ты. И самое главное, хочешь ли ты сбежать со мной? Бесконечно люблю тебя, Тарик. Еще одна. Февраль 1890 год. Все решено, мы сбежим в следующий понедельник. И я общалась с одной доброй старушкой из Осло, такой же ведьмой. И она согласилась взять Тарика в подмастерье, а мои познания в древесине для палочек ее заинтересовали. Мы, наконец, сможем начать новую жизнь. Я буду скучать по родным, но то, что я сбегаю, их вина не моя. Они отвергли Тарика за его происхождение, а значит, отвергли и меня тоже. Я оставлю ему записку, пускай знает, что я ушла из семьи, счастлива с любовью всей моей жизни. Здесь становится слишком неспокойно из-за сторонников Раннера, не говоря уж о браконьерах и пепламбах. Надеюсь, моя семья все-таки уедет отсюда. Так или иначе, То есть я и Тарик будем ужасно далеко. Будем уже далеко. Еще не говорила Тарику, но я жду ребенка, подожду, пока мы окажемся в безопасности. А потом обрадую его. Даже не верится, что у меня будет ребенок. И что мы будем... О, Триману, привет. И что мы будем... воспитывать его вместе с Тариком. Быть может, однажды, когда придет время, Хогвартс откроет для него свои двери, и в нашей семье станет на одного волшебника больше. Мне хочется верить в лучшее. Думаю, в следующий раз, когда я возьмусь за дневник, я уже буду в Норвегии. Прощай, Морунвим, я тебя никогда не забуду. Так. О, тут лагерь. Он не так высоко, как я думал. Что, пацаны, готовы? Ой.
Just how many witches?
The beasts are safer now. Revelio.
Там кубик. Они заперли кубик. Нужно вернуть. Наконец-таки смогу открывать все. Так. Карта. Hogwarts. Башня Ква. Отлично. Сюда-то мне и надо.
Hello, Mr. Moon.
Oh, greetings. Any luck removing some more of those demiguise statues?
I actually have some moons for you.
Dear me, you have been busy. Incredible, thank you. You're ready for the final Alahamora lesson. With this knowledge, no lock shall ever stand in your way. You have done all I asked. I only wish I knew who put those statues everywhere in the first place. Alas. If you do find more, please feel free to remove them. You'll be doing your caretaker a huge service. And if I ever find out who the bully is behind this cruel trick, I shall let you know. Thank you once again for your assistance and tenacity. Now that you've mastered Alahamora, no lock is unbreakable. But do feel finding demiguise statues and removing those moons.
Просто ждать новостей. Прикольно. Я издельку бахнул. Сходу. Защита 329, нападение 329. Нормально. Задание. Вот это его идем выполнять. Карта мира. Отлично. Сюда.
I can do this. I can do this. They will want to help.
Is this where we're meeting the centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise, I suppose.
Видно, как у меня с лица сползла улыбка просто.
Once we tell them about the Snidgets, they'll understand why we came and they'll want to help.
I hope you're right. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
I suppose they are known for having an air of omniscience.
That's exactly the right word. I just... never mind.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
That's right. We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. We'll meet with them, tell them about the Snidgets, and I'm sure to all be fine.
I suspect you are the one who has been interfering with a rather personal matter. The demiguise statues and the books contained therein were placed as they were for good reason. You should not meddle in the personal affairs of others.
Как вовремя меня
What do
тайминг
you
взлетел.
think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah, I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur and it spoke back.
No, never. We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continue to slaughter beasts like us without a care!
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one? Isn't moonstone all around us? Why retrieve one from a cave? Knowing centaurs, I suspect he's referring to a specific moonstone. We'll likely know it when we see it. I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him, what with his being a centaur and all. I am too. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran. That's what the leader of the herd called him. Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave you mentioned. I'll let you know what I find.
Так, теперь я хочу посмотреть в совиной почте письмо. Угу. Ну, погнали. Поговорим. Так. Это снова Хогсмит.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Those statues took time and effort.
Pardon me, sir, but about those curious demiguise statues I've seen.
What? Who are you? Why do you ask?
They're quite clever.
Oh, thank you. A lot of craftsmanship and care went into them. I assume.
So you did create them?
Yes, I did. It was a ploy to give that pathetic oaf Moon a taste of the grief he caused me years ago. You are the one who's been pilfering them.
I am, at the request of Mr. Moon. I received your owl. On your stationery.
Ah. Well, fitting Moon would enlist a student. Too cowardly to do it himself. Hasn't changed a bit. Even when we were at school, he was a cowardly bully. Gave me a horrible nickname, which I shan't repeat. I was thrilled when we left school and he seemed gone for good. Then I started seeing him around Hogsmeade. It was too much. Even if I do take satisfaction in that his life's destiny was to be a lowly caretaker.
Mr. Moon does a good deal for the school, and he's taught me a lot. He's terrified of those statues.
I know. You should have seen his face when that boggart appeared. Oh, priceless. That's when I knew what I needed to do. I simply didn't want to encounter him anymore. So, I shrewdly put a boggart in his path to learn his greatest fear. I then created the demiguise statues to keep him in his place, so to speak. The moons were an inspired play on his name. It worked brilliantly. Until you started clearing them out.
Sounds as if Mr. Moon deserved what he got. But perhaps it's time you both moved on.
Fair point, I suppose. If they've terrified him, as you say, he may have learned his lesson.
Теперь с ним идти говорить.
Mr. Moon, I've learned who's behind the demiguise statues. It was an old schoolmate of yours, Piers Pemberton.
Oh, I might have known. Pigtails Piers.
I don't think he likes being called that.
Of course he does. Oh, he had such flowing locks, and we used to laugh about them. I laughed the hardest of all. Clever, clever man. I'd no idea he was so devious. I must go and congratulate him. Whatever statues remain seem less terrifying now that I know they were put out by old pigtails. Continue collecting them if you like. As for me, I'm gonna go and pay a visit to my old friend.
Nice. Так, задание. Что у нас дальше? Говорим вместе. Ну, это, кстати, в большом зале.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Да ёпта. Я снова выпил.
Thank you for your persistence and cleverness. I confronted Piers about it, and he confessed straight away, the old rascal. We've agreed to let bygones be bygones. Don't forget to say hello the next time you're in the Three Broomsticks. Thrilled to be back there again.
Nice.
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
If she knew more about what you've done, I suspect she'd be proud.
If she knew any more about what I've done, she would never let me out of her sight again.
I'm sorry. Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him. whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe, and he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone. And it was all my fault.
Your fault? How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today. My mother and I tried to go on without him, but it became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
Do you think your father would approve of the things we've been doing?
Oh my, that is a good question. In theory, yes. Although he would worry, as my mother does. But I think he, of all people, would understand my persistence. My father never shied away from a fight for good, no matter how ruthless the foe. And I think he would have enjoyed knowing that I had a compatriot like you.
Заебался зевать.
What does your mother think about all of this?
Well, as you saw, she worries a great deal. She is an excellent seer, but I think it bothers her to this day that she did not see my father's death coming. She misses him, as do I. So I believe on some level she understands my need to seek justice in a small way, but that does not mean that she likes it.
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what drives me. My father would not want that. He and my mother raised me to believe that it is a privilege to be able to fight for those who cannot. I know there is risk involved, but I feel it is worth it. I am glad you seem to think so too.
Так, перерыв небольшой. А я вернулся. Погнали дальше проходить Хогвартс.
I'm sorry, Natty. I I can't imagine what you've been through. Your father sounds exceptional.
He was truly extraordinary. And thank you for your kind words. We all have our burdens. My father had a saying about that.
Yes, I remember. Rain does not fall on one roof alone.
Exactly. Soon you and I will put an end to the Ashwinders, beginning with Harlow. And once he is gone, we will turn our attention to Rookwood. We are making progress, and we will succeed. Thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
Так, задание. Все, погнали по основному сюжету. Карта мира. А куда мне? А, зал картографии, да? Здание. Зал картографии, да. Hogwarts. Бам, бам.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand.
Good.
you.